Developing right now, tensions are rising in the Middle East. President Donald Trump confirming Iran's supreme leader has been killed in a joint U.S.-Israeli operation targeting key sites across Iran. The strikes hit military and government sites, with reports a girls' school was also struck. President Trump says bombing will continue throughout the week or longer. Iranian state media reports more than 200 people have been killed so far and over 700 injured. Iran has responded with missile and drone attacks on Israeli and U.S. bases in the region. The Pentagon says there are no U.S. casualties, but hospital officials in Israel say one person has now been killed there. Meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security has issued a critical incident alert. In a bulletin obtained by ABC News, officials warn Iran and its proxies could pose a threat inside the U.S., with cyber attacks the concern right now. Here at home, the developments are drawing a crowd to Minneapolis. Peace activists holding a protest right now at Chicago Avenue and Lake Street. Our Renee Cooper is live there. She's been speaking to people who have families in the region. Renee, what are you hearing?
Yeah, we've got anti-war activists protesting the strikes on Iran as we speak right now. But for many more people, the feelings are much more mixed than that. Like this longtime Minnesotan from Iran I spoke to, who's fearing for his friends and family back home.
We all have families, relatives in Iran, and we are extremely worried about them. As you know, the internet is disconnected and there are no way of communicating.
Hamid Kashani is an Iranian American and the president of the Minnesota Committee in Support of a Democratic Iran. He says the U.S.-Israeli strikes were concerning but not surprising. Yossi Aharoni with the Minnesota Peace Action Coalition said the same.
This one hits close to home very specifically because of its relationship between Palestine and Iran. I am a Persian Jew who was born in occupied Palestine. My father was born in Iran.
Aharoni criticized the history of U.S. interventions as destructive, arguing the U.S. lacks the authority to facilitate regime change.
I think it has to be said that Iran has not, before this attack, Iran has not attacked the United States. This is a clear act of aggression.
Kashani acknowledged the U.S. made the first move, but blames the Islamic Republic of Iran for getting to this point. Are you saying that you believe it was a necessary move by the U.S. in this case?
I have a very mixed feelings about this. To go that far in terms of violence and cruelty to its own people, we can't shed any tears for them. We just wish that it could not have come to this.
Kashani doesn't believe war was necessary, but hopes it can be a means to an end for the Iranian people. President Donald Trump calling on Iranians to take over the government, saying, quote, "It will be yours to take."
Those changes will not come about through the U.S. bombing campaign and destruction of Iran. We will not bomb Iran into a better world, into a better society. We will not bomb the world to be a more peaceful place.
Do you believe that's possible? Do you believe those words, that this is that moment?
You know, we can only be hopeful.
Now, the protest here, this demonstration against the war, has grown since we were here with you at 5 o'clock. Unclear how long this will go tonight. Of course, at this point, it has remained entirely peaceful. Live in Minneapolis tonight, Renee Cooper, 5 Eyewitness News.
Okay, thank you, Renee. Just in the last few minutes, we've learned a UN nuclear watchdog will hold a special meeting Monday. The Board of Governors of the International Atomic Energy Agency will convene at its headquarters in Vienna following a request from the Russian Federation. This as Minnesota lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are reacting tonight. Governor Walz posting on X this morning saying no new wars. Representative Ilhan Omar calling it an illegal regime change war, saying military action will only escalate tensions and push the region further into chaos. And Representative Betty McCollum demanding answers from President Trump, pointing to his June 2025 statement that Iran's nuclear program had been, quote, completely and totally obliterated. She says Congress must act immediately, backing a bipartisan war powers resolution that would require U.S. forces to withdraw without congressional authorization. But Representative Pete Stauber supports the strikes, calling Iran the largest state sponsor of terror and saying President Trump gave the country every opportunity to end its nuclear and aggressive actions. We will have more on the political ramifications coming up tonight at 10 o'clock on Nightcast.